Good, good fucking God. Oh, do we suck, man. Welcome back to the Dutch Denver podcast. I'm Dutch. I am in and around Denver, and I know it's been a while. Um, but holidays, I birthday, Christmas, and then a whole bunch of football. And it turns out that my football teams are absolute fucking garbage and don't belong in their respective, stadiums or whatever, or leagues. Select stream. What's going on here? Open live streams. Yep, there's that one. Go ahead and pick that one, YouTube. You fucking dude. It is not a good day in our household at all. Let's. I know it's been a while, so hold on. I'm trying to get the buffs on, even though they fucking suck, and it's probably not worth watching them. Okay. I might glance over once in a while. Check. Get this cocktail rolling and move on from there. All right, man. So this isn't going to be a happy podcast. I can promise you that right now. But I can promise you that there's not going to be a lot of politics, most likely, if any at all. This is going to be my sports teams and God hate me. Like, I'm being punished for something at this point. This the only logical explanation for this. What's currently happening. And we'll get into it because a lot of people are like, well, my team sucks too, Dutch. No, man, your teams have never let you down quite like mine do. And I shade bitches about the Cowboys. But like, Jerry Jones has been there forever. There's no way you think they're going to do good. I mean, the Broncos have had a change of ownership. We have a new quarterback. We have a good defense. We have a good offensive line. We have running backs. I mean, we're good to go. That is a fucking lie. We don't have any of that. We'll get into that. All right, man. So since we've missed so much time, some of this is going to go back and forth. But first of all, we're going to start with the fucking Denver Broncos. The monkey shit, trashiest garbage bunch of losers on the face of the fucking planet. Okay? And it starts like 2 Thursdays ago when they played the Chargers on Thursday Night Football and fucking lost. They could have won that game and they lost for a myriad of reasons. And it's going to be the same reasons we're going to cover in the game that they just played today. That made me so angry that it pretty much almost ruined Christmas. Actually, let's get the happy stuff out of the way first. Minus the sports shit. Christmas was good. Family, the food was good. For birthday dinner, I made a like a whole beef tenderloin, and then I pair it with like a gorgonzola cream sauce, and there's a basil cream sauce. Like, you don't mix those together, but half and half. A wedge salad and potatoes or cream spinach. Okay. And then Christmas Eve, we always did, and just like a whole bunch of different things, meats and cheeses, shrimp and fondue stuff, and just a whole bunch of things. It was great. And then Christmas was great. Standing rib roast was fantastic as always. Prime rib, standing rib roast, whatever you want to call it. Fantastic as always. So that was great. No problems. We actually did have a white Christmas. We got an inch Christmas night. So boom. Suck it, people who aren't from here. But you don't move here because it's a horrible place to live, and fuck you. Oh, dude. Remind me the ski stuff. What am I don't know if that's political, but it'll be talked about. Okay, we got it. Cost not code, you fucking loser game. All right, man. So let's talk about the Broncos. So the Broncos had to. Hi, Pico. It's lovely to have you here. I just covered birthday and Christmas. I will do it again at the end, but right now I'm at the point of boiling over to a stroke, and so I need to get this out. But all right, the Broncos. And Pico, you can hang around for this because it's your fucking team that did this to us. So the Broncos could have beat the Chargers last week and gotten to the playoffs. And I mean, obviously they weren't going to do that because they're the fucking Broncos. They are just a bunch of losers. The vaunted defense that everyone talks about, the Broncos have never played a good team and won. Fuck our defense. I don't care what you say. You can love Patrick Surtain. That's because you're a transplant fuck. The guy's not any good. Okay? Yeah. Well, A, no one throws to the side of the ball. And when they do, it's a bad throw or he commits PI. Fuck you, dude. And why would you throw to Patrick Surtain's side when you throw to Riley Moss's side and he'll give up every play to anybody in the world? Okay, so screw those bitches. Our defensive line couldn't stop the run tonight. Got a couple sacks. I will give them that. They got sacks when we did not need a sack at all. When we needed a sack, when we needed the defense to cohesively work together, they fucked us. And I don't know if we're talking about Chargers game and tonight, but it's probably going to be a little bit more about tonight. Okay? So our secondary sucks. I don't care what you say. The Bungles torched us. Now, I do understand that the Bungles have very good receivers, but I've been saying forever that you cannot have cornerbacks that are 5'5" and 120 pounds. The big receivers that the Bungles have are just going to go over the top of you and take the ball away from you because you're a little bitch. And that's what the Broncos secondary is, a bunch of little bitches. The linebackers are a bunch of slow bitches. That little tight end goes or some guy underneath, no one to be found. Defensive line, I'm not totally pissed off at, so I'll let you guys live. But I'm tired of hearing about Patrick Surtain. That bitch is, when it counts, he's useless, okay? And it's counted the last 2 games. If we had just won the last 2 games, we would have been in the playoffs. But no, we let the Chargers and the Bungles put a 30 spot up on us. That's not a good defense. Now, Riley Moss is back, and everybody's super excited. Fuck that guy. He got boat raced all night in the secondary, and people are like, oh, it's his first night back, Dutch. Give him some slack. No, fuck you, man. This was our second game to get in the playoffs. No excuses. If you're not ready to play at the NFL level, this is not the ease him back in game. This is the sit on the sideline game and quit giving up a bunch of fucking touchdowns and stuff because you suck. We needed this win tonight, and we didn't get it. And our defense didn't help. But then you have the real problem with the Denver Broncos. The offense. The offense. First of all, Sean Payton's a fucking idiot. That guy is a tool, and he's not a good coach. And if you think he is, you're a transplant loser and go back to wherever you came from. He doesn't know the first goddamn thing about football. And I can tell you this right now easily. Because he says all the time, we just need to run the ball better. We just need to run the ball better. We need to run the ball. We need to establish a running game. We need to do all this. Do you know how you establish the run game? It's very easy. You run the damn ball. Do you know what Sean Payton does? He doesn't run the damn ball. Okay? First play of the game goes for 12 yards, right up the middle. Run. Perfect. So what does he do? He passes 40 times in a row and lets dipshit Bo Nix fuck it up. And you guys can say, but he's a rookie. He's a rookie. Okay, man. First of all, if you're a rookie, your accuracy is not going to be the issue. Okay? You can still be accurate and just make dumb decisions. Bo Nix is not accurate. He threw a 65-yarder, accurate, perfect. The rest of them, not accurate. Fuck him. Also, make better decisions, dude. Like, and these aren't complicated decisions. Stop calling screenplays, run the damn ball, and get rid of Bo Nix and Sean Payton. Get rid of our receivers who apparently can't get open or catch the football. Get rid of our running backs who apparently, well, we don't run the ball, so who would know that? But I mean, clock management, play calling, execution across the board. The Broncos offense is absolute monkey shit. Their whole fucking team is a bunch of goddamn retarded people. Case in point, the Chargers game. The Broncos had the first free kick in like 50 years against them. I don't even know that that was a rule or how the fuck that happened. But of course, it would happen to the Broncos. And that's my point. Like, I don't ever want to hear any of you guys say my team is cursed or anything like that. Okay? Now, if you're a perpetual loser, like you've never been there or anything like that, fine. You can say your team is cursed. But there is no team like the Denver Broncos who fails more when they need to not. And the Broncos had 1,000 opportunities tonight to win this football game, and they just didn't. They are failures. They are just a shitty football team that the dumbass transplants have propped up. And people are going to blame the refs. There were some bad calls tonight. There were some no calls and all that. But it had nothing to do with it did not make or break the game. What made the game is Sean Payton is a horrible fucking coach. That guy is a goddamn moron, and I wish he died. He should have hung himself in the locker room at halftime. Bo Nix is not good. Sorry. Everybody says Bo leave like Bo leave. I want Bo to leave. So Bo leave. Leave. Bo leave. I don't believe in him at all. His accuracy is terrible. He looked like a frightened child in the first half. And you can say, but he's a rookie, Dutch. Okay. You can't play well and then revert back to retard mode, which is exactly what Bo Nix did. So then I was thinking that, okay, well, maybe the Broncos actually weren't good and it was a fluke, and that's the more obvious situation. Because the Broncos are a fluke team. Okay? Yes, we've won 3 Super Bowls, but we have lost more than we have won, and that makes you a loser. I'm sorry, you guys don't have this. No other team understands the utter failure that if you put them in a pressure situation on national television or anything like that, that they just fail across the board, and it has spanned generations, and I don't understand it. That is an absolute curse. I mean, even with Peyton Manning, the first Super Bowl they went to with the Seahawks, snap over the head and all that shit. It's just, and it's so frustrating when you have the players and the coaches working actively together to lose football games. Again, Sean Payton is a moron, and you will never convince me of that differently. Bo Nix is not good. He is average at best. Patrick Surtain, average at best. There is nothing on this Broncos football team that screams we belong in the playoffs. And now we have to go play the Chiefs last game of the season. It might be against their second stringers. I don't believe we can win that game. I don't believe we deserve to win that game. We should sit in the back of the pack like the losers that we are and reevaluate. Get rid of Sean Payton. Get rid of the other idiot we have that's our defensive coordinator. I can't think of his name right now because I'm so unbelievable. Vance Joseph. Fuck that asshole. There's no way that you can have a good defense for like 5 weeks and get a span of games and get our hopes up, and then all of a sudden you just shit all over the place and you go back to being completely fucking useless. Like the entire team, the entire franchise right now is unbelievable trash, and I'm so mad I can't even fucking see straight. And everybody be like, well, the Waltons replaced our field. It doesn't matter if they replace the field. There's no use in having a new field if you're not going to play on it, because you're a shit football team and you don't make it to the playoffs. We need to invest in talent scouts, because right now, the people that keep telling us that these people are good are fucking retarded. My eyes tell me differently. You can't tell me that Pat Surtain is good when you give up 30 points a game. And he might be the only good person on our defense, then the rest of them are unbelievable fucking trash. And if that's the scenario you want to admit to, fine. And you cannot tell me Bo Nix is good when you put up 3 points in the first half against the worst defense in the NFL. Now, if you want to say that they only put up 3 points because Sean Payton is a fucking moron, I'll give you that too, but Bo Nix sucks. There's no bright spot in any of this because they've done just well enough against shit teams that they're not going to get a new draft pick or anything like that. So we're just going to be middle of the pack again, another 8-8 season. What? That's our 17. Fuck you, dude. I don't care how many weeks are on the season. Another average team that makes the playoffs and gets blown out in the first round or misses it by 1 game. Okay? That is completely unacceptable. Well, Travis Hunter just got a ball. We'll get to them in a minute. Never mind, they're getting their asses handed to them. Moving on, continuing. A lot of people on the Twitter, and well, that's usually, well, we never thought we'd get this far with Bo. We were expecting, he's done really well. But fuck that, dude. This is professional sports. There are no moral victories. There are no moral seasonal victories. Like, well, we did better than we thought we would. If you do not win the Super Bowl, Stanley Cup, NBA championship, what's the name of that fucking trophy? Naismith Trophy, maybe? Or the World Series. I think your season is a failure, and you collectively as a team are failures. And I understand that you have rebuilding years. The Broncos have been rebuilding for fucking ever. So no more rebuilding. Now you guys just suck and you're failures. And you're bad at judging talent. And I hate you for it. Do I hate you for it? You guys suck. And like I said on the Twitter, you have a bunch of people who are like, oh, well, I still believe. Fuck Bo Nix. And fuck Sean Payton. And fuck Packers Stan. And fuck our defense. And fuck our offense. Get the hell out of here. You guys are garbage. You're an embarrassment. And again, it's not like we didn't have opportunities. The Bungles literally gave us 100 opportunities this game to win. And every single opportunity we got, we were like, nah, we're going to go fuck this up. Same with the Chargers game. Same with every Denver Broncos game when it matters. We are cursed as being retarded fucking losers when it matters. Yes, we won 3 Super Bowls. I'm proud of that. I love that. But we've lost more than we've won. You're a loser. Okay? You're a professional athlete. Okay? Any loss makes you a loser. Anytime you don't win the Super Bowl, you're a failure. And I'm so goddamn tired of hearing about how good you guys are. You got boat raced in the first half. The only reason that it wasn't like 100-0 is because Cincinnati is retarded and went for it on 4th down when they had no business doing that. But you're not a good football team. And I know sometimes in the NFL you got to get lucky. The Broncos are neither lucky nor good because, again, overtime, whatever, we're going to lose. They go to kick a field goal, and he actually shanks it, and it bounces off. So it's like 2.5 minutes left. All we got to do is get 10 yards, 1 first down, 1 first down, 1 singular first down, and we could get a tie and get in the playoffs. I think that would have been wrong because fuck ties. Those are for losers. A tie is a loss. It's like kissing your sister, you fucking weirdos. But the Broncos decide to run 3 plays and get 1 yard in 3 plays. That's terrible coaching. That's horrible execution. Again, dude, this is your chance to guarantee you a playoff spot. And what do? You shit the bed because your team is a bunch of losers. All of you are losers across the board. The only person on that team, people on that team that weren't shit licking fucking losers is the defensive line. They had some sacks and they got a sack. And then what happened? The defensive backs gave up a 30-yard play to somebody. Yeah, it was an absolute clusterfuck. And the Broncos are a trash football team. Their coaches are trash. Their players are trash, except for the defensive line. Get rid of fucking all of them and start over with players who are not a bunch of retarded fucking losers. Because that's what they are. And I don't want to hear shit out of any of you fucking transplant losers. If you weren't born in Denver, and if you were born in Denver 20 years ago, fuck you. You don't even know what you're talking about. You haven't seen the carnage and the pain that this team brings on people. Just shut up. And if you're from somewhere else, fuck off. You're not a Broncos fan. You're a bandwagon loser who moved here and just picked him up. If you were not born here, I'm done with you. Shut your mouth. Okay? Stick with your home state. Or if your state didn't have a football team, you don't get to be a football fan. Well, you be a football fan. I don't want to hear your fucking opinion. Be quiet. You do not know what the Broncos are capable of when it comes to letting you down and just crushing your emotional stability. Okay? They have ruined the past 2 weeks of my life. So yes, while birthday and Christmas is okay, it was absolute shit because the Broncos can't fucking get it together long enough not to be the laughing stock of the world. Okay, here we are. All right. Moving on to more things that completely depress everyone. Actually, no, let's talk for a minute. The Avalanche. Did we talk about getting rid of Gorgiev and all those fucking losers? Great. They're doing better. I'm happy with them. They're the one bright spot in my life. Yeah, the one bright spot, because the Broncos are losers. The Buffs are losers. We'll get to that in a minute. And the Nuggets are losers. Oh, and Phil and Pika did not come through on finding me a wife like they were supposed to. So we're 0 for 10, man. We are not in a good place right now. Okay. Buffs. Let's talk about the Buffs. First of all, Travis Hunter won the Heisman. Love it. Wait, did we talk about that? We had to have. Yeah. Okay. Travis Hunter won the Heisman. It's well fucking deserved. Okay. Again, if I'm repeating myself, forgive me, but if you think he didn't deserve it, you've never played competitive football in your life. I promise you that. Okay. To play both offense and defense every single play at the level that he plays it, there's no one else that can do that. He is the best player in college football. That is what the Heisman Trophy Award is for. And that is it. Not that loser running back, not anybody else. You could be the best running back in college football. That's awesome. Good for you, buddy. You could be the best quarterback. You could be the best defensive back. You could be the best single position player. Travis Hunter is arguably the best two position player, offense and defense. And you can even say, well, you know, he's not the best receiver. He's not the best corner. Okay. Is he top 10? Because my argument would be, if you're a top 10 receiver or top 10 cornerback and you're the same person, that makes you the best player in college football. If you're in the NFL and you play both ways, you're the best player in the NFL. You understand that? Especially every play. If you're some specialty fat fuck who they bring in for like short yardage runs, no, you're not. But if you play every single play on both sides of the football and you're impactful in the game more so than, like, I get it. Like if you're offensive tackle and defensive tackle and you block and then rush, I would if you've had no sacks and you have 30 sacks, I would give you the Heisman too because you're the best player in college football. You anyone who again disagrees with this has never played football that wasn't middle school level. Okay, no one played a useful two-way game in high school at a competitive level. And you can be like, oh, I played at my high school. Yeah, you played 7-man out in fucking Peyton, loser. Travis Hunter might have, but again, that's what makes him the best college football player. So he absolutely deserves the Heisman. Perfect. On to the game tonight. The Buffs are playing BYU in the Alamo Bowl. They're getting their asses kicked. I mean, what can I say? I think a lot of them have checked out, which most players do in the bowl season, just because, I mean, if you're not in the playoff, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. And what are you going to do? Now, BYU seems to care, but the Buffs do not. I'm not saying they can't come back. I'm saying they probably won't. But that's kind of shitty, man. Like, Heisman Trophy winner, if you're going to play, play. Like, most guys don't play because they don't want to get hurt. But if you're going to play, play. And Shedeur Sanders, fuck you, dude. I'm sorry, man. I know your dad says you're good and you're probably going to go number 1 in the draft, but you are not. You are a horrible fucking quarterback, man. The only reason you have any clout or statistics whatsoever is because your receiving core is awesome and Deion Sanders is your dad. You are the dumbest person in the world. I am so fucking tired and I can't wait for him to be gone. I'm glad this is Shedeur's last game. I'm sorry, dude, but I am so goddamn tired of him not stepping up in the pocket, running back 30 yards and falling down. I know our offensive line is not great, but the answer to that is quick throws, step up in the pocket. Do not run backwards for 30 yards and fall down like a pussy. And he has done that all night tonight, and he's done it all season, and I'm fucking done with him. I can't wait to get his stupid ass out of town and let the Giants have him. They'll see all about that because the Giants' offensive line sucks, and he's going to get fucking murdered. And then everybody else can see what a terrible fucking quarterback he is. I mean, I could throw to Travis Hunter. That kid can catch anything. I can throw to Jimmy Horn. He can catch anything. He makes poor decisions. He's not a good runner. And yeah, fuck him. I'm sorry. I'm out. And this is probably me venting a little bit, but I just cannot take any more football teams that were supposed to be good or bad, ended up being good. And then when it really mattered, they just shit the bed and lose like a bunch of fucking pussies. I mean, both the Broncos and the Buffs just laid down and gave up. What was the game that the Buffs had the chance to get in the Big 12 championship and just got fucking destroyed? Their defense, they gave up like 500 rushing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's going to happen again now. These kids don't care, man. And so that's also part of the problem. We got to talk about this transfer portal shit. I don't know what the solution is. Well, actually, I do know what the solution is, but they won't do it. So, like, I don't know if you've been following this, but a lot of these college teams, like, before their bowl game or whatever, like, half their team is left. They've entered the portal. And a couple of the Buffs did it, and they think they can make more money somewhere else. And that is truly it. It has nothing to do with being competitive. These kids are leaving because they think they can make more money somewhere else. Okay? So, I mean, that's why one of our linebackers, like, I don't know, he's one of those 3-name idiots. He left to go play at Florida State. There's no fucking way Florida State's going to be better than the Buffs, but they're going to offer you more money. But we got to fix this transfer portal somehow, man. Like, these kids just leave at the end of the year before the Bulls. So some of these teams, like SC, had no receivers. And I know some stepped up and played well. SC, good win, by the way. I'm not happy. I want Lincoln Riley fucking gone. I'm glad all the people that left, because fuck you guys. Lincoln Riley's going to screw us, so it doesn't matter for a while. That's where I stand there on SC. I'm so angry with the Broncos, the Buffs, and SC that I can't get an SC right now. It's just, it's not for me. But yeah, so the transfer portal, like, the college season ends, but then you have bowl season, and all these kids are either transferring, entering the portal so they don't play in the bowl game for either team, or they sit out so their draft stock doesn't go down. Now I have a couple solutions to this, because that's not fair, man. You don't get to just jump ship because you want more money, or you didn't get thrown to enough or whatever, and leave your team high and dry in a bowl game. That's why these bowl games have sucked. And the playoff too, we'll talk about too, because that has been absolute fucking garbage. But these bowl games have sucked is because it has nothing to do with quality of competition. It's just like, well, we need a Big 10 and a Big 12, throw them here, and fucking they cried loud and all that. It's all really messed up, okay? But fundamentally, let's start like portal. My idea is fine. If you enter the transfer portal, fine. You're ineligible for the first half of the season. 5 games. You don't get to play. I won't take your whole eligibility away, but you're out. Or, and hear me out here, because I know the portal, the reason it's where it is, it's, the first semester ends, which around, and then the portal opens and it closes when second semester starts, or fall semester, spring semester. Okay. It opens when fall semester ends. It opens in spring semester. Okay. Because if you're going to transfer to schools, it still has to pretend to be about academics, which, I mean, let's face it, these kids are not going to class or getting grades or anything. There's just no possible fucking way. And if you believe that, you're an idiot. Okay? But I say if you're going to have the portal in between fall and spring semester, they're ineligible for 5 games. Or have the portal and you're eligible when the season starts, but you can't transfer until fall. So you can't practice with a team or anything like that until the first game. So you'll just show up completely lost and all that. I think that would discourage some of the portal stuff. A little bit, but not a lot. I also think, and I don't know how they would do this, unless we, I mean, you have smart people. Let's figure it out. We haven't had a lot of kids sitting out because of the draft, but just have the NFL draft before the bowl season, so all these kids know where they're going, and they can play in the game. And if they get hurt, well, shit happens. But I mean, it sucks that some of these kids are not playing in their bowl game because if they get hurt, they'll be drafted lower. So we got to fix that. And then, I mean, the NIL, we got to have some contracts, man. Like, that's the problem with the portal, is that these kids have no contracts. Like, there's no loyalty. And like the NFL, I mean, I know it's all about the money. And now the NIL, it is all about the money. But if you're on an NFL team, you just can't fucking leave. You're under contract. So we got to get these kids under contracts or something like that. Like, a punishment. Hey, man, if you hit the transfer portal or do something stupid like that, you're ineligible for the first 5 games. So your junior year, you probably shouldn't be jumping ship. Also, though, you know, coaches, that's a problem too. Like that scumbag piece of shit, hood rat fuck, Mel Tucker, who left in the middle of the night from CU. If you recruit kids and stuff and be like, hey man, I'm gonna be your coach, I'm gonna be hanging out with you and stuff like that, and then you leave in the middle of the night, and that kid's like, hey man, I came here for the coach, and he's not gonna be here anymore. I mean, I can't necessarily blame that kid for wanting to leave, but that coach should be nailed to the fucking wall, dude. And they're not. And so I mean, I think college football is totally fucked. I mean, I'm still going to watch it and I still love it more than the NFL. Like, the NFL is horrible. The games today, the Bronco game, if I wasn't a Broncos fan, would have been unwatchable to me. It would have been like, these are two retarded teams doing nothing. And then at the end, it was just like referee bungles, referee bungles, referee bungles. Oh, wait, the Broncos have a chance. Oh, they completely fucked it up. And that was not a good product that the NFL put out today in any of those games. I mean, I haven't watched the Rams game because I'm here with you nerds, but that's not a good product. And that brings us back to the college football playoff. That's not a good product. The first couple games were fucking awful. I mean, they're blowouts. They were terrible games. And the reason for that is because the college football playoff committee are not smart people. I mean, we've known that. And, well, we haven't known that. A bunch of you people have bitched about it. I'm like, we need more teams in the playoff. No, you don't, man. Okay? What you need is coherent people to pick teams. And at this point, like I said, I mean, the BCS is a better option when you had the computer do it, because it took, like strength of schedule, points allowed, points scored. Like, it did a bunch of analytical stuff. Right now, the college football playoff, I don't care what you say, you're wrong, is a popularity contest. It is what's going to make college football the most money. Jeez, the Buffs fucking suck. That is 100% what it is. I mean, let me go back. I'm trying to find the fucking scores of. Dude, and this is the other thing. ESPN, fuck yourself, man. Okay. So the Clemson Texas game was close, but not really. Did Clemson deserve to be in it? Maybe. The Ohio State Tennessee game, not close, but for reasons that, I mean, we all know, but no one's going to admit. Like, again, Ohio State lost to an unranked fucking shitwagon Michigan. They have no business being in there. Tennessee was banged up and hurt. I mean, Oregon is going to boat race them, and I mean, right now they're favorited. I think that's absolutely insane. SMU Penn State. SMU had no business being in there. And then Indiana Notre Dame, 10-point game. I don't know, man. So now we run into the issue that I absolutely, again, I think we should look at strength of schedule, but I don't think that will matter because people are so obsessed with Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and Notre Dame. They're not, right now, they're okay football teams, but in the past, they have not been. And they're still there because they have the most devoted, ridiculous, fanatical fans in the world, and they'll spend $10 million to show up, unless you're Ohio State, because Tennessee had way more fans than you did there, which I don't get. But you're not the best football teams. I'm sorry. Okay. Like Oregon, obviously, they haven't lost at all. Boise State has no fucking business being number 3. And Georgia. I think South Carolina would be a much better matchup in some of these blowouts. But again, I don't know how you would fit this in. And I don't know their criteria. I just think that you've got to take strength of schedule in to account, man. Like there are some teams on here that have not beaten or played a top 25 team. Now, it doesn't count if you beat a team week 1 that was ranked 5th because obviously that ranking was garbage. I want it to be your current rank. So if currently you're unranked, anyone who beat Michigan doesn't count as a ranked win. Because these people who are giving these rankings and shit do not know what the fuck they're talking about. I think I said this last time. It's gonna be probably Georgia, Texas. I mean, it's gonna be Georgia and somebody. So we could have eliminated all these dipshit fucking games. And I know it's all about the money. I truly get that. But I mean, some of this is just like I said, the Penn State SMU game was boring as fuck. So was the Indiana one. That was garbage time. And so was the Ohio State one. It was just garbage time. Points. Tennessee had no business being in that game. And Ohio State was handed that win. They get a home game. That's not fair. Fuck you, dude. Nobody gets a home bowl game. And it's not only Ohio State. Don't get me wrong. Fuck Texas. Fuck Penn State. And fuck Notre Dame. You guys don't get home games like that. Unless you're going to take strength of schedule and play it like the NFL. But you can't because there's too many teams. And there's too many people whining about shit. It's all about the money. Also, here's my other plan. Well, no, because again, it's all about the money. None of my plans will work because they do not care about finding the best team in college football. They care about making the most money because no one's going to be happy with the bracket ever. And the bracket is, again, Arizona State has no business being number 4. Sorry. Neither does Boise State. I mean, this is just, their strength of schedule was laughable. Ohio State's strength of schedule is laughable. Tennessee's is laughable. Clemson, laughable. SMU, laughable. Georgia and Oregon are the only people that have played anybody, and they're the only ones that are going to go anywhere. Like, that's my other thing. Stop allowing these schools to schedule these gimme games for money. Make them play top 25 teams. If every single one of your game isn't against, get rid of the conferences, or because I mean they don't really matter. If we're gonna go with strength of schedule, they won't matter. But you need to make every single one of your games against a ranked opponent, or let's say 8 out of 10 have to be. And if they're not, you cannot be in the playoff. Now, I know people bitch about that and be like, Dutch, you can't do that. Because what if the college football rankings at the preseason are so wrong that it's not even funny? There you go. Now we have solved 2 problems. Now we're not going to superficially inflate these teams. Yeah, Michigan won the championship last year. They shouldn't have. It was a fixed for like the last half of their season was fixed, and their team got much, much fucking worse in the offseason, but they still ranked them high. There was no reason to rank them fucking anywhere close to where they were. What were they, like 5 preseason or 1? Who gives a shit? No fucking reason for that. Okay? Get him out of here. Quit being a goddamn idiot. Georgia, put them high. They were, I don't know where they were preseason, but they're pretty fucking high now. Oregon, we all knew Oregon was going to roll, man. Penn State, Notre Dame, I didn't see coming because fuck them. They're cheaters and scum. Texas, we saw coming, man. Archie Bond, goal. Come on. How did you not see South Carolina? I mean, the teams that I want in there, we saw. And people say, yeah, they had 3 losses, which I do get. And I don't think you should, if you're going to bitch about not being in because you have 3 losses, don't lose. But their strength of schedule was such that, 3 losses to me with a really hard schedule, I don't care. I honestly think Alabama would have been a better game, Alabama, Ohio State, than Tennessee. Now, what's Tennessee? ACC? Doesn't fucking matter. I think Alabama, Penn State would have been a better game than SMU. I think Gamecocks and any of those would have been a better game. You got to start looking at strength of schedule, or just come out and say, hey, man, we only care about the money. So, we're going to put these teams in and you deal with it. This is going to be competitive and Georgia's going to win. Because I can tell you right now, if little Sammy G's watching, here we go, buddy. Here's your fucking picks. Arizona State, Texas. Texas, all right, get this. Okay, this is how wrong the playoffs are. Number 5 seed Texas. Now, the bigger the number, the worse team you are theoretically. Number 1 seed's supposed to be the best. And the number 12 seed's the worst. Okay? So the number 5 seed, Texas, is 12.5 point favorites over the number 4 seed. Now, think about that. How stupid is it that the number 4 seed is almost a 2 touchdown dog to the 5 seed? Now, you could say, Dutch, well, 4 and 5, those are pretty close. You're right, they are pretty close. So why is it a 2 touchdown differential? Vegas, who's normally pretty fucking right, like that's how they run their business, is being right, says that Texas is going to stomp Arizona State. But the assholes who picked this fucking bracket said that Arizona State is a higher seed, a better team than Texas. But the better team is a 2 point or 2 touchdown dog. Moving on. Texas wins that game handily, by the way. I'm with Vegas on that, not the fucking number. Handily, the Rose Bowl. Ohio State, Oregon. Oregon's beat them already. They're going to beat them again. Vegas has Ohio State as a 2 point favorite, 2.5 point favorite. I think that's because Vegas looks at it and says, well, the NCAA is wants Ohio State around, so they're going to have the refs fuck this up for everybody. I'll take Oregon. I'll take Oregon as the dog. Don't even give me the points. It's straight up money line Oregon. Texas, I'd almost take the points, but just Texas money line. 12.5 is a fucking lot. Okay. Now we are to the Fiesta Bowl. Here we are again, the same predicament. We have Penn State, number 6 seed, playing the number 3 seed. So theoretically, Boise State was the better team. They are 12-point underdogs, Boise State. So the number 6 team, number 6 seed, is 12-point favorites over the number 3. I think your seeding is fucked up. Now, it might be that the highest ranked conference champions have to be seeded. That was a stupid fucking rule. That was a dumbass way to do things, and I vehemently disagree with it. You're a fucking retard. Now, On to the fourth game. Penn State's going to beat Boise State. I don't know by 12, but they're going to beat them. Okay. Now we go to the Sugar Bowl, which is Notre Dame, the number 7 team, against 2. And number 2 is a 1.5 point favorite. Now it might be because number 2's quarterback is dead, or not dead. He's out. Carson Beck's out, but I think Beck sucks, so it doesn't matter. I think Georgia's still going to win by a lot. So I'll take Georgia in the points in that. Easy peasy. But this is dumb. Half these teams don't belong in it, or they don't belong to be ranked where they are. And then, I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, no one's ever going to be happy with this. So go back to the computer. Because the committee are a bunch of fucking retards. I'm sorry. They really are. Or just tell me the truth, man. It's all about the money. We do not we don't care about being competitive or anything like that. Okay? I just want, what the fuck did I just lose my note. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah. Just tell us the truth. And we don't care about it being competitive or entertaining. We just want all these loser states with nothing to live for, like Ohio, Indiana, to just show up and give us money so they can watch our team, for 15 games. Okay, just tell me that. Lastly, how long have we been doing this? Oh, well, an hour. Dude, let's... Oh, picked off. Yeah, fuck you, Buffs, dude. It's 33-7. You guys are a laughing joke. Shedeur Sanders, get the fuck off the field. I hope you go to New York and get killed. You suck, pussy. All right. One more thing I gotta get off my chest. I'm driving around, listening to the radio the other day. Turns out that 3 ski resorts in Colorado, their lift ticket prices have gone north of $300. This is a single day lift ticket. Vail, Beaver Creek, and Steamboat, I believe, are $329 a day for a lift ticket. Now, for those of you who don't know what a lift ticket is, a lift ticket is the ticket you buy to use the ski lift. That's it. It doesn't include food. It doesn't include skis, poles, boots, anything. It's just for you to get on the chairlift and go up. And it's $330 for one day. And it's not a long day. It's I think first chair is at 8:30, maybe 9. And last chair, I think, is at 3:30. Okay. And, I haven't been skiing in a while because it's astronomically expensive and injury. But I think the lift lines are still pretty long. You may get 5 or 6, maybe 8 or 9 runs in. If you get 10, I'd be fucking shocked and appalled. On the main ones, you can take the main one up in the morning, stay in the back bowls your whole day, probably get more runs in. But there's not a lot of people that do that. That's expert skiing. But $330 a day per person to use that lift. And that's Vail, Beaver Creek, and Steamboat, some of the best places. But Breck, Keystone, all those other shittier places with way more fucking people are not far behind. They're $299 a day. And I understand that people are well, that's just buy a ski pass. Yes, obviously. Spend the $1,500, get the Epic Pass, and then you paid for it if you've gone 5 times. But the point is, not to sound like a grumpy old man, but goddamn, dude, when I was a kid or in my skiing prime, lift tickets were under $100 for the day. Passes were like $400. And a pass is like you can go as many times as you want all year long. Okay. And there were not that many people there. The problem is all the people from California, all the people from Texas, and all the people from fucking Chicago. You people need to get the fuck out of my state. Anyone who wasn't, you just need to get the fuck out. You are ruining this for everyone because you're from those places. And I hate you so much. And I'm going to actively start disliking you even more. When I meet people who are like, yeah, we moved here from California, I'm like, you know what? Go fuck yourself and just walk away. I'm going to try and make this as unhospitable as humanly fucking possible because I'm tired of it. It takes me 4 hours to get to Vail when it used to take an hour and 20 minutes because there's so much traffic with fucking Subarus and people who aren't from here. And just, you guys are ruining Colorado for more reasons than just skiing. But I said I wasn't going to get into politics, so I'm not. Eggs. But this is becoming absolutely ridiculous, man. You're going to pay a couple $100 for rent skis. You're going to pay $330 for your fucking shit. You got to buy jacks. You know, it's $1,000 to go skiing for a day. Now, if you're going to stay up here, up there, here, there, whatever, you're going to pay a couple thousand a night, some nice hotels. A night, yeah, that's a night, pussies. I heard something, and I checked this. It is cheaper to go skiing in Switzerland for a week than it is to come to Colorado and ski for a week. Airfare included. So, if you're from these other states, Texas, California, Chicago, or Illinois, from states, fuck you guys. Okay? It is cheaper for me to fly from Chicago, Switzerland, get a hotel or a B&B, whatever, ski for a week, come home, than it would be for you to fly from Chicago to Colorado and do the same thing. Get the fuck out of my state. I do not like you guys. You have ruined this place. Kill yourselves. And I mean that. I'm done with this. This is just being, it's too much. $330 a day for me to go skiing because of you fucks. I'm out. I hate you all so much. Don't even visit here anymore. But that's, tourism is such a big part of Colorado. Nope, I don't want it anymore. I'd rather be a poor state than Arkansas than be the fuckwits that we are. Get out of here. All right, well, I'd like to say I feel better, but I don't. I'm still very pissed off about Broncos. I'm watching BYU about to run another touchdown in, and it will be 40-7. And the Buffs look like a bunch of fucking overpaid asshole monkeys. Yeah, it's not a good night. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'd like to say I hope it gets better, but it probably won't. My teams will continue to fuck me. The Broncos, there's no way the Broncos beat the Chiefs, even their second string players. So the Broncos, again, will not make the playoffs. They'll make no changes. It'll be another failure of a season. The Buffs, I do think, will get better. And I do think the Buffs will be in the college football playoffs next year. I think SC will join them. I think Lincoln Riley is going to get poached in the offseason and leave. I hope he does. I think the Avalanche are going to win the Stanley Cup this year. And the Nuggets, I don't know about that. But everything else, hunky dory, happy, woo woo. So in closing, fuck the Broncos. They're a bunch of goddamn losers, and I don't want to hear anything else from anybody else about that. Same with the Buffs. Go Avs. I love you. Always will. Because you're a competitive team, and actually give a shit. And who knows? I appreciate everyone who watches tonight, who listens later, who does all that fun shit. Tell your friends and family about this. Force them to listen. I'll be your friend. You'll buy me things, I'll buy you things. We'll be great friends. All that shit. Like I said, thanks for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell friends and family, tell random strangers on the street about us. Do everything you can to make me famous so I no longer have to have a job or anything like that. I can do this full time. Until next time, bye.